So the question is lowering the cost of food in airports, and again, it's interesting. It's market demand and supply. They have people, pretty tightly contained, and there's not a lot of options. And so I don't have a plan to reduce costs.
Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, is going to get a lot of criticism for that. And look, if you want to criticize him, you can. He shouldn't have the job. He's not qualified for it. He's a reality show guy, but at least he was honest there, right? I mean, he said, I don't have a plan. And beyond just, passing the buck to market forces or whatever, he also kind of explained why he doesn't have a plan. It is market forces, and I guess it is. Now, look, market forces have been contained any number of different ways in the broader economy. If they really wanted to do something, they could do something. At the very least, Donald Trump could fire off a Truth Social post about how, like the bookstores need to stop overcharging for their protein bars. Like you could do something, but he doesn't hide the fact that he's not going to do anything. And that is refreshing. I mean, so many of the parts of the Trump administration lie to you, pretending they're going to do something. And then when they don't, I think it like doubly stings. I prefer Sean Duffy's approach. They're not going to do anything to get prices down. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not going to do anything in the airports or even stuff having to do with food. Oh, they're going to mess with you. They're going to meddle with what's going on there, just not in like a productive way. But I'll let him tell you about it.
I want to expand the play areas for kids. I want additional nursing pods for nursing mothers. Maybe I want a workout area where people might get some blood flow and doing some pull-ups or some step-ups in the airport. But it could be any range of things. Maybe you want to work, I know this is TSA, but we're going to help on this as well. Maybe you want to have a different lane for families to get through TSA. How can we make the experience better?
I'm sure there's one person in the audience like, you can make the food less expensive. That'd be great. I just flew. I mean, it is wildly expensive. You could do that, couldn't you? Could we like stop with the shoe thing, that we've done for like decades and haven't needed? Could we stop with that? Now, look, some of the stuff that he said, I don't have a problem with. You want to have more nursing pods, you want to expand, the kid play areas, that's fine. I think the focus on families, I think is a positive thing, I suppose. But did he only say the pull-up thing because RFK Jr. was looming like lurch behind him? Let me just put out there that the literal last thing I want on a plane is for the guy sitting next to me to have been doing pull-ups before he sat next to me. I'm already assailed on all sides by weird aromas from food and feet and all that. I don't need him working up a good sweat before he gets on the plane. And who thinks that the problem facing people who are traveling is there's not enough opportunities to do step-ups or whatever? What a weird diversion right there. Do we have time to just focus lastly on RFK Jr.? Take a look at this.
All of the ingenuity of corporate America, all the resources, all the resourcefulness has not produced an infant formula that is superior in nutrition and all the qualities that we want to the infant formula that God made, which is the infant formula in a mother's breast. We at HHS are encouraging mothers to breastfeed as long as possible because there is no better food for your brain, for your gut microbiome, for your physical growth, for your emotional growth, than what's in God-given breast milk.
Now, I have to disagree with him there. I think that is good for your brain, but I think salvaged roadkill bear or whale is pretty good for your brain too. That's the true brain food. But anyway, look, I don't have an issue with him encouraging people to breastfeed. I do question how much he knows about breastfeeding and how not just like a thing that's totally up to the mom it is for a lot of people. Like it's very easy for him to just say that's the best thing, and if you're not doing it, you're doing wrong by your kid, which I think is an effed up thing to do. Lots of people have trouble with the whole breastfeeding thing. But the bigger issue I have with that, and the reason I want to show it to you is I'm not saying we should get more of the weird poetry that he was sending to the woman he was having an emotional affair with, but I do think that if we do get more of it, I can't wait to see the part that's gonna be about breast milk, because that dude was really interested in the subject, and I bet he came up with some really disgusting ways to talk about it when it wasn't at a press conference. In any event, let's just, can we go to this last graphic? So then they decided to do some like pull-ups or whatever. And someone in the chat just reminded me, and I'll end with this. So what exactly does Sean Duffy want me to do? So it's not good enough for me to wear jeans and a t-shirt. I need to be wearing a 3-piece suit, but also I need to be firing off some reps. I'm wearing a suit, man. I don't want to sweat through it. How many of these do you think I have?